we're facing rising global food insecurity. This threat touches the most vulnerable people the hardest, families that are already spending disproportionate amounts of their income on food. Moreover, the interconnectedness of the global food system means that people on every continent are impacted. War has made an already dire situation worse. Price and supply shocks are already materializing, adding to global inflationary pressures, creating risks to external balances, and undermining the recovery from the pandemic. I want to be clear. Russia's actions are responsible for this. But the United States is urgently working with our partners and allies to help mitigate the effects of Russia's reckless war on the world's most vulnerable. Let there be no doubt, even as we continue escalating our sanctions and other economic measures against Russia, we reiterate our commitment to authorizing essential humanitarian and related activities that benefit people around the world, ensuring the availability of basic foodstuffs and agricultural commodities. Russia's destruction of the Ukrainian economy and its infrastructure is a key factor affecting global commodity prices. The war further exacerbates pre-existing price and food supply pressures. Some countries and regions, which were already food insecure and facing emergencies, are now confronting additional price increases and supply disruptions for imported food, fuel, and fertilizers. Early estimates suggest that at least 10 million more people could be pushed into poverty due to higher food prices alone. We must avoid export restrictions that could further increase prices. We must quickly support the most vulnerable populations with social safety nets and targeted support for smallholder farmers so they can continue to produce. And we must not lose sight of the need to strengthen longer-term resilience, because this latest shock will unfortunately not be the last. The IFIs are well placed to work with affected countries and partners to develop solutions. They can use their analytic tools to assess the specific needs of affected countries while also evaluating the macroeconomic impacts of the war. They can mitigate the global fertilizer shortage and smooth supply chain disruptions for food and critical supplies. They can increase investments in agricultural capacity and resilience to boost domestic food production. And they can provide targeted assistance and strengthen social safety nets to protect vulnerable people in the short term and build their resilience over the longer term.